When I moved to the mountains a few years back, I found myself with a mountain of wood to cut, but I didn't have any tools. And with winter already settling in, I wasn't sure I could get it all done in time. So I bought a few hand tools, a small axe and a saw, thinking that I was good for the year, at least. The thing is, with cheap tools these days, you have to fix them before you use them, or work out how to use them without breaking them, or both. And that new saw I bought, of course, only lasted a couple of weeks before falling apart. So I found myself sweating in the cold, cutting massive logs with a carpentry saw. One of my neighbours saw me struggling away and was kind enough to give me an old saw. It's surely older than I am, and definitely better quality than the new one. He told me some of his old stories about the mountains of wood that he's cut. And standing there listening to him, I felt really honoured to be able to give new life to a small piece of history. After a short silence, he leaned towards me, and in a deep voice he said, "Yeah, wood warms you up 3 times. Once when you fell it, once when you cut it, and then again when you burn it." Heating with wood is certainly more work than just turning up your thermostat. Anyway, thanks to my neighbour, I got my wood done for the year, and over time I bought new tools so I can get even bigger jobs done. Now I can get most of my firewood done with a chainsaw, but sometimes I still need a handsaw, and that old saw is just, it hurts your hand when it's cold, it's really difficult to hold. This is where the polystyrene comes in. I'm going to make a custom handle. You can dissolve all R6 plastics in acetone. Expanded polystyrene, CD cases, yogurt pots. So I'm sure you can imagine that the possibilities for using this material are endless. This is my first try at this, and it's just a quick fix to help me keep my hands warm. In the future I will be testing out moulding, carving, etching with other projects, as well as working on the aesthetics, the colour, the texture, the finish. And I'll try to make some videos about it. Once dissolved, polystyrene can be kept for a very long time. I'll do some experiments and test that out. I didn't remove the rust on the saw because it's actually protecting the metal underneath, and if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And it saves money on paint too. For the other handle, the plastic was a little dry, so I painted on a little acetone and it worked a treat. I moulded it as though it were clay, gave it a good final squeeze to fit the form of my hand, and voila. All that's left to do now is to watch it dry for a couple of days. You can watch that from this link here. So my afterthought from this experience is that we use tools to solve problems, but when you need to fix your tools, modify them, or invent new ones to get a specific job done, you take a step towards engineering or tool making. And if you keep going, you'll find yourself in a new paradigm. You'll find yourself in a paradigm where a nail isn't just a nail, and where your hammer can do anything. And that experience slowly bleeds out into other aspects of your life. You start to see multiple solutions to problems, and you'll start to gain a better understanding of how things work. So in conclusion, I can say that new tools warm you up 4 times. Once when you buy them, once when you use them, once when they break, and then again when you fix them. And so for me, my next problem to solve is how to fix that new saw. Oui. Tu veux sortir? J'arrive.